Princess Amara of Xylos, a name that resonated through the galaxies, known for her beauty and grace. A vision of shimmering scales and celestial eyes, her presence was both enchanting and intimidating. Born into opulence, she was pampered beyond measure, surrounded by the finest luxuries the universe could offer. Her palace was a symphony of light and technology, a marvel of alien architecture that dazzled all who beheld it. Servants scurried about, fulfilling her every whim with unwavering dedication, ensuring her every need was met. Amara, adorned in jewels that sparkled like distant stars, surveyed her domain with a discerning eye. Yet, despite the grandeur and the adoration, boredom tinged her thoughts. She craved excitement, something more than the monotony of royal life. Her gaze fell upon the latest reports from the Galactic Federation, detailing the affairs of distant worlds. Terra, she mused, such a primitive planet yet full of untapped potential and mysteries waiting to be uncovered. A plan began to form in her mind, a plan that would shake the very foundations of her world and perhaps the universe itself. She envisioned herself not just as a princess but as a pioneer, an explorer of new frontiers. With determination burning in her eyes, she prepared to embark on a journey that would redefine her destiny and the fate of many. The royal court of Xylos would soon witness a transformation unlike any other. Across Xylos, whispers arose. The princess, lost in her own grandeur, remained oblivious. She drafted a decree, audacious in its scope. Terra, she decided, would be hers. Her advisors, though wary, dared not challenge her. To question Amara was to invite her wrath. The decree, etched onto shimmering tablets, was dispatched across the galaxy. Terra shall be my personal sanctuary, Amara declared to her court, a testament to my power and glory. The court, cloaked in forced smiles, erupted in hesitant applause. News of Amara's edict reached the Galactic Federation. Uproar ensued. Terra, though technologically inferior, was a protected world. A delegation was swiftly dispatched to Xylos. Amara received the delegation with disdain. My claim is absolute, she declared, her voice laced with icy arrogance. Terra is mine for the taking. The Federation ambassadors, their faces etched with concern, warned of dire consequences. Amara scoffed. Consequences? She laughed. I am Amara of Xylos. I am above consequences. The people of Xylos watched in growing unease. Amara's arrogance had reached new heights. They feared the repercussions of her actions, yet dared not speak. Fueled by fear and resentment, whispers of rebellion began to circulate. Amara, blinded by her own self-importance, remained oblivious to the storm brewing around her. Her actions had sown the seeds of her own downfall. The once unwavering loyalty of her people began to waver, replaced by a growing sense of anger and betrayal. Section 5: The Fall from Grace. The Galactic Federation, angered by Amara's defiance, responded swiftly. They stripped her of her royal titles, seized her assets. Xylos was placed under strict sanctions. Amara, stripped of her power and wealth, found herself exiled to the very planet she coveted. Terra. Abandoned and alone, she faced a harsh reality check. Gone were the luxurious comforts of her palace, the fawning servants. She was a stranger in a strange land, forced to confront the consequences of her actions. Section 6: Exile on Terra. Terra, a world of vibrant chaos, overwhelmed Amara. The bustling cities, the cacophony of sounds, the unfamiliar customs. She was a fish out of water. Forced to fend for herself, she struggled to survive. The princess, accustomed to luxury, now slept on the streets, scavenging for scraps. The humans, oblivious to her former status, regarded her with suspicion. Their stares, once filled with awe, now reflected pity and disdain. Section 7: A Humble Existence. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Amara, stripped of her arrogance, began to adapt. She found work in a dingy tavern, washing dishes, scrubbing floors. The work was hard, humbling, yet it provided a strange sense of purpose. She learned the value of hard work, the dignity of labor. The tavern's patrons, a motley crew of humans, became her unlikely companions. They taught her about resilience, about compassion, about the simple joys of life. Section 8: Lessons Learned. One evening, as Amara cleaned the tavern, she found herself lost in thought. The tavern was bustling with activity, filled with the hum of conversations and the clinking of glasses. It was a place where stories were shared and secrets were whispered. As she wiped down the bar, she overheard a group of humans discussing the fallen princess of Xylos. Their voices were low, but the words were clear. They spoke of her arrogance, her insatiable greed, and the inevitable downfall that followed. Each word was like a dagger piercing through the facade she had built around herself. Her greed, her downfall. The group didn't hold back, recounting tales of her selfish decisions and the suffering they had caused. Their words struck a chord deep within her. Amara felt a pang of guilt, a feeling she had long buried under layers of denial and justification. She saw herself through their eyes, saw the entitled, arrogant princess she had become. It was a harsh reflection, one she had avoided for too long. Shame washed over her. It was a heavy, suffocating feeling, but it was also a moment of clarity. For the first time she couldn't hide from the truth. For the first time she understood the true cost of her actions. The pain she had inflicted on her people, the damage she had caused. It was all so clear now. The pain she had inflicted on her people, the damage she had caused. She had been blind, lost in her own self-importance. The once vibrant city of Xylos was now a shadow of its former self, a testament to her failures, the damage she had caused. She had been blind, lost in her own self-importance. The once vibrant city of Xylos was now a shadow of its former self, a testament to her failures. The streets were empty, the buildings in ruins, lost in her own self-importance. She realized that her actions had consequences not just for herself, but for everyone around her. The weight of her mistakes was almost too much to bear, but it was also a turning point. She knew she had to change, to make amends for the past and rebuild what had been lost. Section 9. A Newfound Purpose. Years passed, and the world continued to turn, indifferent to the passage of time. The seasons changed, and with them, so did the lives of those who walked the earth. Amara, once the arrogant princess of Xylos, found peace on earth. The lush greenery and tranquil landscapes offered her solace, a stark contrast to the opulence and chaos of her former life. She often walked through the parks, reflecting on her journey and the lessons she had learned. She had learned from her mistakes, embraced humility. No longer did she see herself as superior to those around her. Instead, she found joy in the simple acts of kindness, in the smiles of strangers, and in the warmth of human connection. Her days were filled with moments of introspection and growth. She dedicated her life to helping others, using her experiences to teach the importance of compassion and understanding. Amara became a beacon of hope for many, sharing her story and the wisdom she had gained. She volunteered at shelters, taught classes on empathy, and offered a listening ear to those in need. Her past, a reminder of the perils of arrogance, was never far from her mind. She kept mementos of her former life not as trophies, but as reminders of the person she once was and the person she had become. Each photograph, each trinket, told a story of transformation and redemption. Though she yearned for her home planet, she knew her place was on Earth. The stars above reminded her of Xylos, but they also reminded her of the vastness of the universe and the endless possibilities it held. She often stood on hills, gazing at the night sky, feeling a connection to both her past and her present. She had found a new purpose, a new family, a new home. The bonds she formed on Earth were strong and genuine, built on mutual respect and love. Her new family, though different from the one she was born into, provided her with a sense of belonging and fulfillment she had never known before. The fallen princess had risen, transformed by her experiences. She walked forward with confidence, her past no longer a burden, but a source of strength. Amara stood strong and proud, a testament to the power of change and the resilience of the human spirit.